The other day I was over at my friend Michelle's house and she had this big jar of little grains and lemon and fig and water floating up and down, brewing in her kitchen. So I asked her what this was all about, and she told me she was making water kefir. I'd actually tried to make water kefir about 5 years ago during that time in about early March 2020 when we were all home by ourselves. And I just forgot about it, or it just didn't work out. I didn't even end up drinking it because I don't think I did it right. So this time I've done it right. I know what I'm doing, and I've been drinking it every day and it tastes so good. It makes my body feel really good. It's basically just like a fizzy carbonated soda that self-carbonates, so it's a little effervescent, and it's a probiotic drink, and it's so good for your gut. It makes you feel good. There's no gross ingredients in there, and it's so yummy. So I'm going to teach you today how to make kefir water. So it might be kind of useful to understand what kefir is. A kefir grain is a type of bacteria / yeast that you can ferment and you can make into a healthy probiotic drink. You've probably seen milk kefir at the grocery store. It's kind of just like a yogurty drink, but this is, instead of fermenting milk, it's just fermenting water, adding it to some juice or some other flavor, and then making it into a fizzy kind of a soda alternative. It's been really, really good. You really don't need a lot to begin with. These kefirs are ones that I've already completely finished. So this is basically like your finished kombucha or your finished sourdough bread. We have to do a couple things before we get to this stage. Since I don't want to turn you around too much, I'm going to put these to the side and kind of just start at the beginning. The first thing that we need to do in order to start our kefir water is to feed our kefir grains. This is kind of the equivalent to feeding a sourdough starter before it can be used to bake bread. You can purchase kefir grains online on Amazon, or you can find them at some specialty foods or like natural food stores. Or if you have a friend that makes kefir water, you can just ask if you can have some of their grains, because they do reproduce and you can just multiply your grains. So that's what I did. I got my grains from my neighbor and my friend Michelle, but like I said, you can buy them online so you can have your own, and then we need to feed them. I'm kind of starting the process backwards because I already have some that is going, but if you're going to use kefir grains that you buy online, you just follow the instructions. Basically, you add the little grains to water and some sugar and you just let it ferment. So it's pretty easy. Bear with me because this is kind of in between the process, but I'm going to show you how I'm getting rid of the first batch of kefir right now and putting them into the jars that I'm going to do a second ferment on. This is when I add the flavor, so then it turns into a juice / soda with flavor in it. Because right now what this tastes like is just kind of like a mild apple cider vinegar. It's very acidic and tart and a little yeasty, and so we don't want it to, you can drink it like this, but it's not super good. I would prefer to add a little bit of flavor. So I'm just going to put them in these jars. I'm going to add a little bit of headspace so it doesn't explode, and then I'll teach you how to start the kefir grains from step one. But since this is going already, I'm just going to fill up my jars and get them ready to make some kefir water juice. I bought these cool strainer things off of Amazon specifically for kefir water making. They fit on these mason jars, so then I can just ferment with it on, I can drain it, and then I don't have to use a whole bunch of different bowls and strainers and things like that. And they're plastic because it's recommended not to use metal when dealing with kefir water. Okay, I'm going to just set these aside and we'll come back to them in just a minute. Now I've got my empty mason jar. I've gotten all of the old kefir water out of it, and the recipe that my friend gave me involves cutting up a whole lemon and adding a fig into the first water, the first ferment. I'm having kind of a hard time getting it out. These are old now, so I'm going to throw these away. I've used these for 2 cycles, so you don't need the lemon and the fig. I've seen lots of recipes without them. Hers is actually the first recipe I've seen with them, but it's not a big deal if you use them or not. I'm just going to show you how to use them in the simplest way. And she said that the lemon is to help prevent bad bacteria from forming in your kefir, and the fig, I believe, is for flavor. But personally, I haven't really noticed a difference from when I've used a lemon and when I haven't used a lemon. I think it's just important to experiment and do your own kind of system, what you like. Okay, now we are totally ready to start our kefir grains. This would be like step one, feeding a sourdough starter. First, I have a large jar. This is a 1/2 gallon mason jar. I just bought this on Amazon because I really like it. So I only got a 1/2 gallon. It just has to be glass or plastic. I prefer using glass. So first things first, for a 1/2 gallon, you want to use 1/2 cup of sugar. I've read recipes where it says it has to be organic sugar. Some recipes say it has to be like, it can be whatever, like just regular granulated sugar. So I just start with 1/2 cup of organic sugar, but my friend Michelle, she uses regular granulated sugar. You cannot use a sugar alternative such as stevia or monk fruit or honey or agave. It has to be sugar because that is what the kefir grains eat, and that's what like they metabolize. So the other recipe that my friend Amber gave me also says to add just a drop of molasses, like literally just a little drop. Apparently that is to add minerals, I believe. I'm going to just add about a cup or two of water and then stir this all the way in. And I'm just using a chopstick, but you can just kind of swirl it. You can also use warmer water if you want, and then use cooler water to keep it room temperature. What you don't want is to use super hot or super cold water because that can shock the kefir grains, and we don't want that. Next, we'll add our kefir grains. As you can see here, mine are a little bit like applesauce texture. I did let the last ferment go a little long, and so they're supposed to be a little bit like firmer in texture, but we want to just add those kefir grains right into the sugar water. And then I'm going to just fill this with more room temperature filtered water. Now this jar gets covered up with a cheesecloth, or I bought this filter strainer cover thing that goes directly onto the mason jar. And I like it because it has a little spout and it can ferment like this. And I actually like to cover it with a little piece of cheesecloth on top, just so then, you know, dust and other things don't get in, because these holes are a little bit bigger than the cheesecloth. Now our kefir grains have been fed and they are going to ferment for 24 to maybe 36 hours. My friend Michelle told me that she does not recommend going above 48 hours for sure, because then the grains start to get a little mushy like mine were. You want them to be kind of firm. So I like to just leave this on my kitchen table where it receives sunlight, but it's not supposed to be in direct sunlight. Now we're going back to the kefir that we drained out before, because after that ferments for 24 hours, you're going to drain it into the bottles that you're going to do the second ferment in. Now you can drink this, like I said, just as is, but it's pretty strong. I don't think it's something that like tastes super great myself. So what I like to do is do a second ferment, and this is when it becomes fizzy like soda. It self-carbonates in here. It's pretty cool. So you can do pretty much anything with your kefir water. You can add juice, just straight juice that you buy at the grocery store, into one of these. Maybe you do like half of the kefir water and half juice, or whatever ratio you want, and then let it ferment, and it will turn into like that flavor of kefir water soda. What my friend told me to do is to use juice concentrate, the frozen juice concentrate, add it into your kefir water, and then it turns like into that flavor soda. And I think that's actually the best because it concentrates the flavor and it just tastes really good. It's easy, it's simple. So this is her favorite, and actually the one that I really like. It's the Hawaii's Guava Passion Orange. And you just kind of measure with your heart with this, and you can kind of experiment, like if you want it sweeter or if you like it a little bit less sweet. But you just put a little bit of the concentrate into the kefir water, stir it up, stir all the way up. And I've done, let's see, I've done cranberry. Cranberry is really good. I really like cranberry. It kind of starts tasting like sparkling cider. Grape is really good. My kids really like the grape one. Okay, so that is all the way mixed together. And then you want to just seal this really tightly, and then you let this ferment also at room temperature in the sun. Get sunlight, but not direct sunlight. And the other flavor I really like is making kind of like a mojito, lime, mint kind of action. So you can use lime juice, you can use fresh lime juice or the bottled kind. I almost never have that on hand. So I'm just using true lime, which I use all the time and I've talked about in my videos before. I'm just doing, I don't know, maybe like four or five, six of these. I like it really limey, so I'm probably gonna add a bunch. But I've experimented, I've done like lime with the grape, so it's kind of like a lime Ricky. And so I'm just doing a bunch of these. And then I have some fresh mint that last time I like blended it in the blender, and so it was kind of like all the way infused in here. But my mint's looking pretty sad right now. So I'm just actually going to put a couple sprigs of mint into the thing and just like let it kind of infuse. I liked putting my kefir water into these milk jugs. I think that they have a little bit of a larger opening, so they're a little bit easier to clean. And I just kind of like the look of them. A lot of people use those flip top jars that have like the spring kind of lever little action. I just prefer these. So you can get whatever glass jars you want, but they do need to go in a glass or plastic bottle. And these ferment at room temperature for about 24 to 36 hours as well. However, you need to burp them every 12 minutes. And by burp, it just means you want to open up and release the gas, and the gas will keep building. So if you don't burp it and release that gas, then it literally will explode. My neighbor had a glass one explode in her kitchen because she went out of town, forgot, and it exploded. So don't do that. You want them to be sealed tight, and then you put them out to ferment again, and then they will get nice. Okay, my camera battery died. So I just wanted to end by saying these kefir waters are so delicious. I think you're going to love them. They're super inexpensive to make at home, and they're so good for you. The benefits of kefir are amazing. It's so good for your gut, and like gut issues are the key to most other issues that people have with their health. So I hope that you enjoy. I will put all of the kefir water making supplies in the video description so that you can just get everything. And I hope you enjoy your kefir water.